Hi people, I'm in my man cave. This is my welder. What am I doing? So I love bicycle trips obviously, but the thing I like the least about them is the packing and unpacking routine. Packing takes me over 2 hours, as you will have seen in the last video. And you know, someone in a comment suggested I could make a trailer. That got me thinking. If I had a trailer and I had transparent plastic boxes, you know, kind of like this one here, with my stuff in it, I could set up the tent, get the plastic boxes inside, and I would be done. So I'm gonna make a trailer. So I have this bicycle wheel. It's from a freestyle BMX. It's 20 inch. It's got 48 spokes. It's got a 14mm axle. It's about as sturdy as you can get for a bicycle wheel without being ridiculously heavy. And then I have these profiles. Right now they are 2 meters long, but I'm gonna weld those ends shut. These are the pads that I made, so the wheels would go in like this. So what I'm gonna do now is weld this ending shut and then put this pad on like this. 2 of these. You see, this is why I have it stick out here and on this side. So I can make all these nice long welds. This is the idea, see, as a base for a trailer. You will notice there is only one wheel. I do a lot of riding on roads where there is no separate cycle lane. So you have to be really on the right-sided edge of the asphalt when trucks are passing you. And then if you have 2 wheels, one of them is going to be in a ditch. That's why I want a one-wheeled trailer. And now what the trailer is going to do is support boxes like this. So to make an improvement on my current situation, I would like to have 6 boxes like this. So this is what it's going to look like. Impressive, huh? Now I'm going to build a bottom for the trailer by welding these on. There you are. I've been welding a few hours. And at the bottom I made these triangular reinforcements. This is almost as strong as a profile this high that is much heavier. Finally, I added these longitudinal bars here to kind of tie everything together. This will prevent flexing like this. This will keep it from getting snagged on the sides or something. So now the bed is finished. I welded these pads to the bicycle frame. Now for extra strength, I'm gonna put another layer on there. Here's the bike with the pads on it. I have this steering tube from a broken bike that I found on the street. Gonna use it as an articulation for the trailer. Took the steering tube apart. So this is the actual tube that I'm going to weld to the trailer. To make the welding extra strong, I would like rings around this to make it thicker. Now I'm gonna make those on the lathe. Rings that fit over the tube. Now I have much more wall thickness if I wanna weld something here. So what was the fork tube of the old bike? I made this whole setup to clamp it down under the right angle. So this is sewn, and this is a 10-degree angle. And then I'm gonna weld this tube here, and it's going to be tilted forward 10 degrees because that creates stability. I've welded this little extension on the frame here, and then that steering tube. So now this tube is going over here with the bearings, of course. I'm just showing. I think I did a pretty good job putting it straight. This steering tube is tilted forward because when I turn and there is an angle between the bicycle and the trailer, the weight of the trailer will be pushed up, and it doesn't want to be pushed up, so it'll have a tendency to go straight, so it'll be stable. Now this part is gonna be connected to the bicycle, so this is the steering. Then I made this construction here, and I can put this on top. Put bolts in here. But this is gonna be very strong. It's going to keep the steering tube from flexing in any direction. I welded 2 of these shapes. Now I'm gonna add a reinforcement to this corner here. So I finished this. It's going to fit on the bike like so, and it can move up and down. And this is going to fit on the trailer here. I made this mock-up where this is the height of the bicycle attachment, so I can measure and weld like this. Here you see it mocked up, and with the grinder I've been shaping these to follow the contour of that tube more or less. I might be ready for a test ride. I've got it in the living room here because there's not enough room in my workshop for the bicycle and the trailer. So I put the mudguard back on the bike. I had to shorten it so that this arm would have room to move if it needs to. Then I put on this rack. I had to completely redo it. I had to make it more narrow here. It was ridiculously high, so I shortened this, but then I had to move the place where those other tubes were welded to this one. Then I had to widen this so that again there would be room for this arm, and the light didn't have room, so I had to point it upwards instead of downwards. I completely re-welded this stupid bicycle rack. Here we are, ready to go for a ride. For now I just pulled up the stand with a bungee cord, but let's try this. Unbelievable. You can almost not tell that there is something attached to the bike. Let's take a tight turn. No problem. Turning back in a narrow street. when I do a really fast turn and I have to bank the bike a lot, it scrapes, see? But that's okay. I go on a bicycle trip, I'm heavily loaded. I'm not gonna make any fast turns. I prefer to have the low center of gravity. No modifications to be made. I welded a spring in the trailer to hold the stand up when I'm not using it. I built this aluminum case, kind of a frame that will hold the plastic boxes in place. So I think this is pretty high visibility. It turns out to be really Barbie-like pink, so it might get me some new subscribers in the gay community. I don't mind that at all, but the coverage is a disaster. I'm gonna have to paint this twice, and I really don't have time for it. In the front, I made this new rack. It's very small, very light. I use this as a base, so if I want I can still put pannier bags there. It's kind of a universal base, and then for a bicycle trip, for example, I can put this adapter on it. Two aluminum bars, really light. And that will fit exactly on this box. This box is just the stuff that I want to have ready at hand, like the cameras, the wallet. I don't want to put them in the trailer because it would be a lot of work to get them out. I've got the trailer all pinked out. Even got this little flag here for extra visibility. Now let's do some weighing. 13.4 kilos. Now let's go to the back wheel. .5 kilos. And then, of course, the boxes I want to take. 8.3 kilos. But there is also weight I can lose. A difference of 3.2 kilos. And I used to carry 2 of these. Let's say this is 1 kilo maybe. And I used to have racks on the bike. And I weigh 88.9 without, so 7.8 kilos I think.